Imagine you're planning a vacation, you open your laptop, search for a place to stay, and suddenly you're faced with a decision. Do you book a cozy Airbnb that feels like a home away from home? Or do you go for the classic comfort and reliability of a hotel? Now, flip the perspective. Instead of being the traveler, imagine you're the owner. You have a property, and you're wondering, should you list it on Airbnb or run it like a traditional hotel? Which one is the real moneymaker? This debate has been ongoing for years, and it's only getting more interesting as Airbnb continues to shake up the hospitality industry. So, let's break it down. How do Airbnb hosts and hotel owners make money? What are the costs involved? And in the end, which model is truly more profitable? Understanding the business models. At first glance, both Airbnb and hotels are in the same business, providing a place to stay, but their models are completely different. Hotels operate as fully managed businesses. They require large upfront investments in real estate, staff, maintenance, and operations. In return, they generate revenue through room bookings, services, and sometimes additional revenue streams like restaurants, conference rooms, and spas. Airbnb, on the other hand, is a decentralized network of individual property owners. Anyone with a spare room, an extra apartment, or even a unique space like a treehouse can list it on Airbnb and start earning. The platform itself doesn't own properties, it simply connects travelers with hosts. So, who's making more money? To figure that out, let's break it down step by step. Revenue potential, nightly rates, and occupancy. A key factor in profitability is how much each model can charge per night and how often their rooms or properties are booked. Hotels. Hotels typically charge higher nightly rates compared to Airbnbs. This is because they offer a more standardized experience: cleaning services, front desk assistance, and additional amenities. Luxury hotels in prime locations can charge hundreds or even thousands of dollars per night. But even budget hotels benefit from consistent pricing, and they often have higher occupancy rates than Airbnbs because of corporate partnerships and brand recognition. Airbnb pricing varies dramatically. Hosts can charge based on demand, competition, and seasonality. In some cities, Airbnb rates exceed hotel prices because travelers are willing to pay more for a unique stay. For example, a beachfront villa or a downtown loft with a stunning view might command a premium. But on the flip side, if too many hosts list properties in the same area, prices drop due to competition. So, while hotels charge more consistently, top-performing Airbnb hosts can sometimes earn more per night, especially if they offer something special. Operating costs. Who keeps more of the money? Revenue is one thing, but what about expenses? To really determine which model makes more money, we have to look at costs. Hotels have high overhead. The costs include staff salaries, front desk, housekeeping, maintenance, management, property maintenance and utilities, marketing and advertising, booking platform fees, Expedia, Booking.com, etc., taxes and regulatory compliance. These fixed costs make running a hotel expensive. Even when a hotel isn't fully booked, it still has to pay staff and keep the property running. Airbnb hosts have much lower overhead costs. Many hosts run their listings as side businesses, and their primary expenses include cleaning and maintenance, utilities. Airbnb service fees typically 3% for hosts, up to 14% for guests, taxes, and insurance. Since most Airbnb hosts don't have to pay a full-time staff, their costs are significantly lower than hotels. However, if a host scales up owning multiple properties or hiring property managers, their expenses rise. Scalability. How easy is it to expand? Another major factor in profitability is scalability. Can you grow the business easily, or does expansion come with major roadblocks? Hotels. Expanding a hotel business is incredibly difficult. A hotel owner can't just decide to open a new location overnight. It requires huge capital investments, permits, and years of planning. For chain hotels, the process is easier because they operate under a franchise model. But for independent hotel owners, expansion is slow and costly. Airbnb hosts, on the other hand, can scale their business much faster. Many successful hosts start with one property, reinvest their profits, and gradually acquire more properties. Some even rent properties on long-term leases and sublet them on Airbnb, a strategy called rental arbitrage. Hotels operate under strict regulations. They have to comply with zoning laws, health codes, safety standards, and employment laws. While these rules create higher costs, they also provide stability. Hotels rarely face sudden legal shutdowns. Airbnb has faced increasing regulation in cities around the world. Some places have banned short-term rentals altogether, while others impose strict licensing and tax requirements. For example, in cities like New York and San Francisco, Airbnb hosts can't legally rent out entire properties for less than 30 days without a special permit. In some cases, local governments impose heavy fines for violations. Ultimately, there's no universal winner. Some Airbnb hosts outperform hotels in their area, while major hotel chains remain some of the most profitable businesses in the world. For an individual looking to get into hospitality, Airbnb offers an easier entry point with less investment. But for someone with significant capital and long-term vision, a hotel can generate massive returns over time.